Men are hardwired to love the thrill of a chase, but you're probably too easy and too accessible for them to want to even try. Here's what you need to do to truly become magnetic. First is understand that mystery is important. Don't reveal everything about yourself. There's many men out there, really traumatized or unhealed types of guys that will literally like trauma dump on you, and you guys will just have this like trauma dumping session within the first maybe 3 days of knowing each other. That is so unhealthy, because what you're doing is you're just pouring all of this trauma and negative low vibe energy into this not even relationship, you're still dating. It takes away from actually trying to know and understand each other. Some people, yes, you can get very comfortable with someone, but at least go out on a few dates first. Let things unravel slowly and organically. If you meet a guy and all of a sudden it's like you're like on a FaceTime call and you're 5 days in from meeting him and he's talking about like all this trauma he has going on, he sees you as an emotional dumpster. And that goes the same for you, because a lot of the times when a man does that, you feel the need to trauma dump too. Especially as women, we are very vulnerable and emotional. Men don't have that with their own friends, so that's why they feel comfortable doing it to us, because they know we'll understand and we can take it. But what'll happen is you'll eventually do all of that. You'll feel better. You'll feel like, oh, I need to heal this person and I need to, I understand his trauma and I need to cater to him all the time. There goes you chasing him and putting in all the effort for him. Don't give everything away about yourself. Good masculine men enjoy the curiosity of not knowing everything about you right away. That's why I encourage people not to text 24/7. I remember literally texting like on a plane. Like the plane had free Wi-Fi and I was texting this man on a plane. It could have been, 3 hours for me to do my own thing and relax and not think and just maybe fall asleep or watch a movie. I was so obsessed that I was texting him before the flight, on the flight, after the flight, till I got home. And the thing is, the more you do that, the more you're like, oh, I need stuff to talk about. What should I mention? What should we talk about? It gives you this fake sense of feeling seen and safe. When realistically, when you have deep conversation like that, you want it to be at a time where you've spent enough time with each other to know, how will this person respond to this? Does this person truly understand what I'm saying? Let a man work a little bit to get to know you more. My next one that I say all the time is keep busy and have meaning in your life. Don't shift your daily schedule and your priorities around. When I would be dating guys, I would literally like call off work. I'd literally not go to work, lose money by not working, and then I'd usually go out with guys that were broke, so then I'd lose even more money. Don't slip up from your routine. Don't call off work. Don't try to revolve your schedule around what he needs or wants. A man who wants to really provide for you, he's going to admire you for sticking to your boundaries, having a good routine, and admire you for your work ethic. You want a man that will become inspired by you and by the things you're doing. Because if all of a sudden you give everything up for this one guy, you're gonna be boring. You're gonna be boring. Your whole life is about him. If your whole life is about him, what is he gonna learn from you? What is he gonna grow from with you? Nothing. Because all in your brain and what you're doing is revolving around him, him, him. He needs to prove that he's even worthy of your time. Because if you keep making yourself too accessible, it's gonna come off that you're really easy, that you will drop anything for him, that you will talk to him whenever he wants on his own time and schedule. Next is you can flirt, but don't be too thirsty. I get secondhand embarrassment when I think about the ways I used to flirt. I remember with this one guy, I literally would always tell him, oh, he's the best looking guy I ever dated. Why would you ever blow up a man's head like that? Why would you ever feed his ego that way? When you do that, he's going to feel like he's the prize and that you won him. And then he'll slowly feel like you are beneath him. Because who knows, in the beginning, he probably thought that you were the best looking girl he's ever seen and that he doesn't deserve you. And then all of a sudden, when you keep hyping him up and being like, oh, I've never been out with a guy that got me candy before. Oh, I've never been with a guy that would pay on the first date. All these little things. No, you have to set your expectations. Know that you're worthy of receiving it, and don't constantly gas his head up. There's a difference between saying thank you and you just like being thirsty and being pick me when you compliment him. You never want to gotta think that he's all that in a bag of chips, because what'll wind up happening is he's going to suck you of your feminine energy, feel like he's worth more than you, and usually winds up leaving you, winds up wanting to go on a different endeavor, winds up finding another girl. Because when I did that with one guy, he wound up getting sick of me and he found eyes on someone else. And I was just like, oh, after everything I poured into for you, it was never enough. and he wound up liking someone else. Good ways to flirt are cute, playful touches, nothing too crazy. Like, don't go in for the kiss, touch his shoulder, or maybe his face or his hair, something cute, demure. Nothing like crazy. Don't pinch his butt or anything like that. Playful teasing or flirting or sending cute emojis. Also expressing to him how he makes you feel. Like, that's a good flirting technique. Men really respond to feelings when you tell them how they make you feel. Whether it's positive or negative, if you tell him, okay, what you said made me really sad, you're not used to that type of language. So the right man is going to respond to that. Just like if you say, oh my gosh, when you opened the door for me on our date and when you ordered for the both of us after I told you what I wanted, it made me feel so taken care of. It made me so happy when I got home. The feeling of appreciation and knowing that they're doing the right thing. Lastly, you need to make sure you're storing your energy. You have an understanding of how valuable and sacred your energy is. If you go and you keep pouring it out to him, there's nothing for him to chase. It's all right in front of him. He's not gonna care. And that energy could easily be being there for him emotionally and mentally. It could be intimately. That's why I said in a previous video, don't go giving it up so easily, because then there's nothing for him to actually chase. You made it too easy and they're gonna lose interest when you do that. And I feel like this even goes with kissing. I was kind of talking to a guy and I wound up like making out with him at a party, and I could just tell he really just stopped showing interest. He saw how easily I would like make out with him and flirt with him, that he could get away with, canceling a date and having me show up later at like midnight and being a booty call instead. Protect your energy and respect yourself, because men truly value self-respect. That's one of the biggest things men value, not just with women, but in other men, is how much do you respect yourself? And when you show him that you don't settle, that you stick up for yourself and your beliefs and you have high expectations, be a little bit high maintenance so you save your energy and you don't get drained, he will try even harder, put in more effort to be able to feel and harness some of your energy. Taking care of yourself, storing your energy, and making sure that you are putting yourself first, which is so hard for women because we're so used to taking care of others and nurturing and wanting to heal people. Once you decide that you're worthy of putting all the effort into yourself, the right man is going to chase you no matter what, and the wrong ones will drop like flies, and you know that they were never meant for you.